Hey guys, so welcome to the live. You're probably only going to see me on here for a little bit. So I have my co-host for today. As people want to say, my sidekick, Lori Shortlegs. How you doing?
Hi.
Okay, so we're going to get into it. I do believe I possibly have the location of Nancy Guthrie. All right. Before we get into that, I'm going to go ahead and show you why you need to take me seriously, right? Because a lot of you guys, I don't come on regular anymore. So a lot of you guys may be unsure of my history in true crime and high profile cases. And it's very important that you speak to somebody that at least has a track record of getting exact hits about at least half the time or 25%. And I think I'm more like 90%. If you check out my accuracy playlist at True Crime Psychic on YouTube, you'll see that. I'm not just talking, I'm not all fluff. Lori is one of my original subscribers here. And she actually challenged me, one of the number one people, the number one person who's challenged me to figure out a lot of these cases. Like she's challenged me and asked me who was the Idaho 4 killer. At the time, I had no clue about the true crime case that was going on. And coincidentally, I was able to figure out the person's name. I said, Ryan. His name was Brian. I also said his name might be Chris. His middle name's Christopher. On a video, I said his last name starts with Co. That's all I could get. Obviously, nobody really knows Koberger too much. And his last name happened to be Koberger. So she's a witness. She's the one who challenged me. Also, on a lot of other cases, with Brian Laundrie, I was able to find out his exact date he would be found. If you want to double check this, then I would say check out my accuracy playlist. I'm going to show you exactly where that is real quick. Give me 1 second to get it on the screen. All right, so if you guys go here to my channel and you scroll down, this isn't even everything. This is just some of my high profile cases that I was getting correct. Right here, you'll see at FBI when seeking a true crime case or a true crime psychic to be by your side. You might want to check me out, right? You definitely want to click on this link. You'll see a lot of the cases that I'm speaking about. I don't think I have Brian Koberger's case there specifically, but if you go down, you will find it, right? You will find that I said Ariana Taylor is in the sewer. That's literally where she was, sewer drainage pipage. All right, now we're going to go ahead and get that off the screen. Give me one moment. All right, it's very important to keep me coming back. Press that like button, right? If going off those cases alone, go ahead and press that like button. Show me some love because I've seen some of my videos get a lot of views and the likes aren't really there, right? So,
Press the like and subscribe.
yes, do like and subscribe.
Ring
Hey,
the
Shavonia, how
bell.
are you, love? I'll be
And on
on
the
for
drop
a
down menu,
regular
press
read
all.
after this. What did you say?
And on the drop down menu, press all.
Yes, please press all. Okay, I was actually somebody here, Shavonia. That is the first person. She was here with me from the beginning as well. I was able to see her predict her pregnancy that was upcoming, and I think it happened right after yes, and also her whether the sex of the baby as well. And then I think I predict her second pregnancy and the sex of that baby as well. That was one of my regular love readings as well. Yes, I am. I will be going on right after this. This probably won't be too long. So, all right. So, guys, press that like button. It's very, very important. Okay. Because I have a lot of information that I want to put out there. I believe I could possibly give you Nancy Guthrie's exact location, her exact address. As a matter of fact, probably after this live, I will contact the FBI and one creator, true crime creator that's out there. Matter of fact, hit me up at the tarot medium goddess at gmail.com. And you might be the one I give this lead to, right? I can also tell you that I've gotten numbers correct before. So when I said I might have the exact address, I might have the exact address. Lori, who comes on and knows me, Shavonia as well, they know that I say that there's a couple energies a psychic or a reader can be in, because I just don't go off of the cards. I'm also intuitive, right? Obviously, if I get the exact date, Brian Laundrie would be found. I'm also, and I'm not going to have the camera on the entire time, by the way. But if I get the exact date, Brian Laundrie is going to be found, exactly what his autopsy would say before it came in 2 weeks prior to it coming in, exactly what Gabby Petito's autopsy would say. Check out my accuracy playlist, because this was all live. Press the like for me, okay? So stop what you're doing and press the like. All right. So when I say I may have the exact address, I always tell everybody there's a couple energies. One is could be really strong and heavy, where I know for sure, and another one it could be so. This one, enough was coming through to say that it's a high potential that it could be right. Also, I remember, I think this was 2020, 2019. I was at the casino with my ex-fiance, and I stated I knew the numbers that were going to come out on the lottery. And everybody thinks they know the numbers, right? But I'm like, I know what's going to come out for sure. And as a matter of fact, it's going to be my mother's birthday. I texted my mother and I told her, your birthday's coming out. It's coming out for sure, like without question. Only thing is, I kept forgetting to play the lottery. I got home, fell asleep. I woke up and I'm like, oh, I forgot to play the lottery. So then I was supposed to go, but I dozed back off to sleep. And as soon as I woke up, I looked at my phone and checked, and boom, it was the numbers. So I might have the exact number to that house. We're about to see. I told you guys a few days ago that I felt something was going down February 13th. Today's February 12th. Who knows? It could be part of this. I'm not saying it is. We never know till everything plays out. All right. Now, before we get started, I want to just go ahead and say, I felt, because we're going to get to the location shortly, and I'm not going to put the exact location out there for everybody. I might give some information though. But I was picking up, and this does not have to be, okay, but I was picking up that this person has some type of role. I was picking up the name Rose or Rosary or Rosie a few days ago during my live. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what the connection was about. But then I heard something about like a rose cross. He might have a rose cross tattoo, possibly. It wouldn't hurt to like try to put the clues together. A lot of you guys.
Wait 1 minute. We have to say that we are definitely looking for Nancy Guthrie, and her birthday is January 27th, 1942. Okay, she's 84 years old. She has brown hair, and she's supposed to be a pretty highly intelligent lady without any memory disorders. Okay. I had to get that out. Okay.
So everybody press the like button for Lori. Thank you so much. So, okay, so where was I? So I was picking up on something about a rose or a Rosie. Oh, by the way, I get a lot of names correct. Like I said, I got Brian Koberger's name correct. If I think most people would be on the national news for something like that, right? Again, I didn't get the whole name Koberger. I said his last name started with Co.
I forgot to say she's missing from Tucson, Arizona.
Yeah, from Tucson.
And I've heard some people say Ohio, and that is wrong. She's missing from Tucson, Arizona.
Maybe she has some connections with Ohio.
Maybe, yeah.
Possibly. But okay, guys, press the like button. Show me the love, right? I'm here giving my energy. Give me some of yours. All right. So again, also one of my friends, also a subscriber, also a mod. I can't give her business out, but I can tell you that she came, and if she watches this, I'm sure she would be fine. I'm not identifying the person, but I've given several people readings where I got the name right of the person in their life coming to them. I've told people, somebody asked me who's coming to them in love. I told them the name that I got, Jeremiah, that happened to be her son. So that's who was coming to her in love. Also, I was able to say, somebody who I was reading on during this live, it's in my accuracy playlist. I called her father's name who died while I was reading her. I called her cousin's name who had drowned as well, who passed on. So also the subscriber that I'm talking about, and I'm telling you this because a lot of you guys are not used to my live. You don't know me because I barely come on, but go ahead, press that like, and I'll start to come on more. But so what else? Oh yeah, so she called me, and she had a very important family member who passed on recently, right? And who had his ex-wife wind up not showing up to his funeral, and she probably had a little bit of contention against him or whatever. Somebody had robbed his place after he was passed on. Not robbed his place, but I would say entered his home. And I was able to call the person's name, and the person the name that I heard so happened to be the ex-wife. I didn't know the ex-wife's name. I didn't know the ex-wife's name, but from Adam. Also, one of my subs telling you this to build also trust in me, because again, I'm not going to be the one either to go out there to listen to whatever psychic or whatever card reader says. I need to know that you have some type of level of accuracy for me to be here, because come on now, it's common sense. A lot of people are out there, and especially, let's look at the Brian Laundrie case. With his case, the great majority of psychics that I was seeing or readers, they were saying, "Oh, he's gonna be found. He's going to jail." I said, "No, he's not going to jail. I see him dead. He's literally dead. It's gonna be two gunshot wound to the head, suicide, and they're gonna find him where they already looked for him at. This is without question." And then that's what literally happened, right? So it's important to know that you're dealing with somebody that has those gifts, right? Of course, I'm human, so it's not to say that I'll never be off, right? People, I'm sure are. What I'm saying is that I do have a high level of accuracy to the point where you want to trust me. Again, one of my subscribers, my Oma, she, I told her we were on WhatsApp speaking, and I told her that I heard the name Sam, somebody named, and she said, "No, I don't know a Sam." I said, "Yeah, there's some Sam around you." She's like, "Nah, I don't know a Sam." I'm like, okay, 15, 20 minutes later, she's like, "Oh my gosh." She said, "You just said Sam." She said, "I'm at my friend's house," right? She's in another country, another continent. She said, "I'm at my friend's house and I'm sitting in her chair." And she said, above the chair is a picture of her friend who had just passed away. I forget if it was a month to 3 months, or maybe 3 weeks. And she said her name is Samantha. So, like I said, there's a Sam in your energy. And also, I was going to bring something back. I'm not going to lie. Anyway, let's put it like this. I needed to speak to a manager. I'm not going to say what it was about. And I didn't know the manager's name, but I was like, I'm going to go off my intuition, what I'm saying. And pretty much I got that manager's name right. So I wind up getting what I want out of the situation. We're not going to go into it. Okay. So when I hear names, a lot of times it could have some level of, not saying it's some level of connection to the party, right? All right. So let's move on. I heard Rosie across. Rosie Rose, it could be somebody that is known by the individual, but I feel like it could be a cross. Sometimes you need the internet sleuths to put two and two together. But I feel he might have had a rosary cross or something like that tattooed. We're going to go ahead and we're going to show what that is on YouTube. And then we're going to come right back. Give me 1 second, Lori. I don't even have a clue what it is. All right, there's something about the Rosicrucian order. I don't know if anybody knows about that. This is 5 minutes long. I don't know if I'm going to play the whole thing. Let's play a few minutes. I don't know if he's into something like this, why this will come up. Hold on.
The simplest explanation of what the Rosicrucian Order is that we're a philosophical and educational organization. And Rosicrucians are both men and women around the world, and we study topics that are related to natural laws, things that are just laws in the world that if we understand them better, we can live in harmony with them.
We certainly can trace our historical lineage back several hundred years, but then traditionally we also go back through, say, like the alchemists, the medieval mystics, back to the mystery schools of ancient Greece and Egypt. So this is called the primordial tradition, sort of like the underground stream of human spirituality. And we are a modern manifestation of that and historically connected to it. So it's really thousands of years old.
The Rosicrucian order can be traced back historically to the 1600s, when 3 Rosicrucian manifestos were published anonymously in Europe. However, they were perpetuating much older traditions, dating back to the mystery schools of ancient Egypt, the Essenes, the mysteries in Greece, such as the Delphic mysteries and Eleusis, Kabbalah, alchemy. So even though the Rosicrucian tradition was announced in the early 1600s.
You saw that cross just now? That might be somehow linked to him or linked to his beliefs, or it might be on his body.
It was perpetuating something much older.
Well, mysticism is the practice by which one has a direct connection to the divine, however you conceive the divine to be, without intervention of priest or king or anybody else. So it actually is connected to the ancient mystery schools, which is ultimately the source of.
All right, so we're not going to go all the way in detail on that, but if you want to go ahead and do more research, you can do it. The internet sleuths can go ahead and connect the dots, right? Let me see. Give me 1 second. So it's quite possible. Also, I heard, I'm going to tell you things. And again, we're going to get to the location. So stay with us. Press that like button. So what else did I hear? Something about Sweden or Swedish, right? I did, before I heard that, I heard something about it could be like Scotland or a Scottish accent. And then I said, no, Sweden, Swedish. And I kind of thought it was the link to
sweet, they're pretty close together.
Yeah, I thought it was linked to the suspect or the suspect's lineage and stuff. But I think Lori had research prior and said that the actual family might be linked to Scotland, close to Sweden, something to that nature. So whether that energy was coming from Nancy's family or the suspect's family, I'm not sure, but it's just something to keep in mind. Because I literally heard Sweden. Well, first I heard Scotland, but then it kind of switched to Sweden. So I don't know. Maybe somebody has ancestry in both areas. But then I heard the accent in my ear. And then I went to YouTube and played the accent just to make sure it's what I thought it was. And it was literally the same thing I was hearing. So names that I got today, which I did not know, it was a few of them. When I did my live a few days ago, I picked up the name Tom. And then Lori during that live told me that the son-in-law's name is Tommaso. The only thing is that, you have to be careful. I have to be careful too. When I say this is the person for sure, because even in the Brian Koberger case, I got 5 names.
You were saying, I think that the spirits said something about Charlie or Charles or
right. I'm gonna say that in 1 second. But before so I got to be careful when I say the names, because even in the Brian Koberger case, I got 5 names. Like I said, the second was Ryan. The third it's still on my community page from before. The second one was Ryan. The third was Chris, which is Koberger's middle name. And there was 3 others. And I think the other 3, they just had to do with somebody energy of people that were around the Idaho 4 kids. Right. It was their energy. So it was friends of them. Like, I think I got the name Jack, and I didn't know Jack was somebody that was important, but it was their friend. See? So I did pick up Tom a couple days ago, but it could just be because
Yeah.
maybe he was the one who dropped her off. Is that the one who dropped her off? They said a son-in-law dropped her off. So possibly that's
Yes.
it. Maybe he doesn't have
Yeah.
anything to do with her disappearance. But literally, I got his name, and I also got his sign. All right. So now today, like Lori just said, I also got the name. Press the like, guys. Thank you for being here. Hello. Hello. Thanks for being here. Please do stuff. So the name that I heard today was Charles, and I had no clue, mind you. And whew,
She got a few
I
names.
I
A few
think
names came out.
I
Ken,
would
Wallace, Kimberly, Jean.
yeah, there was a few. I wish I could play it right
A
now,
few
but
names
I
are
haven't.
coming
No,
out.
I have. You see the second
And then you kept
video
saying
of me?
a
It's
J name.
because
A J name. You were like Jerry, James, Jessel. So you
yeah,
weren't quite sure.
I'm gonna say what the J is. There was a few. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll get a few names each time. I'll get a few names, and no, usually they always have something to do with the case. Like there were names that I got today too, Tanner and somebody, Matthew, but they had to be they're people that's actually heavily on publicists to the case. So generally they have something to do with the case. Um so okay, I did get Charles, like I said. And I'm like, I asked AI, I said, is a Charles connected to the family or whatever? And AI was like, well, Charles is uh, Charles is Nancy Guthrie's husband, and he passed away in 1988. And I was like, wait, did you just say that's her husband? He's like, yeah. So I was like, I know, I just picked up a Charles, and I had no clue who he was. So I will get people around the family energy. So again, all right. So let's move on. What else did I get? Like I told you, it's something about the rosary, or not rosary. I'm sorry, rose or Rosie. It's something about that rose cross tattoo. All right, what else can I
Well, we
tell
were
you?
talking about a car, a color of a car, and you came up
Oh,
with
you asked
blue.
me what color the car was, and
Mm.
right away I said blue, but I'm not. Listen, don't hold me to that. That's just something that came up. I didn't really, you know, get something deep down saying, yeah, for sure, but it's possible. But sometimes I do get that light feeling or that light energy, and it is definitely accurate. All right, go ahead, Lori. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Press the like button. The more you press like, the more I come on. I'm sure I can give you the clues to the cases that you want to solve. And like I said, I might have her specific location. I think I'm going to go ahead and give it to the FBI today. And a creator. We want a creator on, or somebody on the scene. Again, well, let's move on. Give me 1 second, guys. This some information I want to pull up. Lori, you can talk to them while I'm trying to pull this up.
Oh, I don't know what to say now. I'm
Give
just,
more information. You can pull up the pictures if you want.
there were other names: Becky, Rose, Charles, Stanley, and then you talked about the tattoo with a rose
Yes.
and a cross. Um,
Let's
what
see.
else? Do you
So
want me?
somebody might be connected to a Stanley. All right.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay. So, and I asked AI about because I know what I'm hearing. It says the reality. While not a suspect, Stanley is a significant landmark name in Tuscan area, like the Stanley Black and Decker manufacturing history in the region or specific row names. You sensed it early as a placeholder or a location. So I don't know. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Maybe this person walked by there. Maybe they worked there. Maybe they, there's something significant about that name. Let's continue. Hold on. I'm listening. Feel free to share. You can have the floor for a couple minutes while I look through this.
Well, I was trying to figure out whether the ransom was paid or not. Some people said yes, some people said no. Nobody really knows. Supposedly the first ransom was paid because TMZ reported that, but I don't really know if the second ransom was paid or not. They kind of
Okay.
started keeping it quiet, and then there was a person asking for 1 Bitcoin, and he would write out the name of the guy who took Nancy Guthrie, but I
Hey,
don't know
Divine.
whether anybody believed him or not, but the person actually sent their real name and their real email because they wanted to speak directly to Savannah.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight there was a 2-day Prime Amazon package that showed up at Nancy Guthrie's house. So the police were there and everybody's there like trying to inspect this package. I don't know if that was such a big deal, but 2 days, she's been gone.
Did they open it
That
up?
what is it, 11?
Because
Wait, what's
Amazon
today?
Prime, they would have been delivered it.
12 days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Amazon Prime though. Well, usually they don't take that long. Sometimes, I guess, but
So was this a person who actually didn't know she was passed away and sent her something? Or is this, you know, a message from the person who has Nancy? Like I was curious as to what it was, but they haven't said what it was.
well,
They might have
going
met
off of that and
now.
not
I
going
don't know.
like I'm not going off of that intuitively or anything, guys. I'm just using my human being skills. I would say the person's trying to give people a message. I don't know, but I could be wrong. I'm not tuning into
Right.
that energy right now too much. All right, so I'm going to talk to you guys about the exact location. Press the like button. I'm going to give you a minute to press the like button. And I say that, and people might think it's a game, but really it's important because these cases do matter. And if you want to push it out there, and if you want the right people to see it, if you want me to keep coming on, especially how accurate I've been, it's important, right? All right. So I can't give you guys the exact address. Do I think I have it? I possibly do. I possibly don't. Okay. Um, Here's the thing. I've gotten numbers right. I've gotten names right. I got names right consistently. I just do. And you never know though until you you investigate the case, you see it unfold. Like with the Brian Laundrie case, I said he would be found. October, you could go back to my life before this happened, go all the way down to 2021. It probably was 2 weeks before he was found. I said he would be found. It was 2 to 4 weeks before October 20th, 2021. He was found literally to the day. Well, I said he will be found Wednesday. I didn't even have a calendar on me. I didn't even know it fell on a Wednesday, but that's
What
when he was found.
with this location that you have found? How did you go about finding it?
Oh, I'm gonna tell you. So, but listen, so when I came up with that day, it just came to me. Do I know? I don't know anything till they just come to on tell us, it's like, okay, I got it right. I heard Ryan, I heard Chris, I heard Co. I was like, somebody came to me with his name and was like, oh, they just found him. I think Jessica was the first one one of my subs, to send me the information and a picture. And when I looked on my WhatsApp, I'm like, okay, this isn't the person that I predicted. So, okay, whatever. I went on my day. And then Lori messaged me right after. And she's like, oh my God, the same person you said did the killings. That's who Lori, who's right here. That's who they found. Like, what are you talking about? I was thinking about and so focused on like the last two names, which were their friends, because it was like 5 names. I wound up adding on 2 after. And I kept thinking about Jack. So when I saw Brian, I'm like, Lori, I didn't predict them. And she's like, yeah, you did. And then I went back and I went to the community page and I saw the name right up there. I'm like, I did. I forgot. And she was like, yeah, and you said it in the video. So until it happens, till it plays out, I don't know. But seeing that I do have a good accuracy rate, I would say over 75%, I would say 90, then it's worth, like for me, for my loved one, I'm going to go ahead and double check. Why not? If you don't have too much leads to go off of, why not? Now you could go on a wild goose chase. Not saying you can't. It could possibly happen. But would you rather not try it all? Go ahead, press that like button for me because I'm about to reveal some certain things. the exact location. I can't give you that, but I'm gonna give it to the FBI probably, and one creator, whoever contacts me. Lori is very close to Dolly or whatever, and I told her, tell them to hit me up because I have that exact location. But okay, so I mean, I believe we don't really know. We don't really know. I'm gonna find out with you. But here it is. All right, so this is how I found out. Lori wants to know. So I kept hearing names in this case earlier today, and every time I would type the
I
name
started
into
this
AI,
name thing.
it would literally tell me, oh, this person is like, you're onto something here. It's like, oh my God, you're coming really close because they're like, Charles. Charles is Nancy's husband who passed in 1988. I'm like, I know, I just heard Charles. And then I heard Tom the other day. They're like, Tom is the son-in-law. I'm like, oh, okay. So
I'm
is he the
trying
reason
to
she
pull
disappeared?
her
I don't
to
know.
the
His name
States.
came up. It could just be family. It could just be family. But this is what I heard. So seeing it was back to back to back, I'm like, okay, I keep hearing different names today. Like what? What? Street name? Sweden? Swedish? And then I type it in and I go to YouTube and it's the same exact accent that I heard in my ear. I was like, okay. And then I'm like, well, how hard is it going to be for me to find out where is she? And then all of a sudden I hear somebody's name. It's a name that's it's actually a Russian name. So I tried to, well, I mean, I'm thinking it's a Russian name from the TV shows back in the day. And I'm trying to see, they're like, it's a person by that name in that area. Was it Tucson? What is it, Lori? Tucson. Okay. So that person has a lot of property
Tucson.
out there. Now I'm like,
You
that
mean
person could be
talking
linked,
about
but
Tucson, Arizona?
yeah. That person could be linked, or it could be maybe in one of their properties. I mean, she might be one of, but I don't feel like it's that person specifically. Press the like button for me, guys. Okay. My predictions are too accurate for, and I'm not saying, this is the thing. You have to feel confident in order for, and that's what I've noticed, even with all my, if you check out my private, my playlist and my accuracy, it's some people say, oh, well, you're being too blah, blah, blah. Well, I should be, because that's the only way I'm going to get it right for people. I have to believe myself that I'm able to hear, and I do hear. If you want me to lack confidence, all right, then that'll come with some, you know what I mean, a lesser accuracy rate. But it helps you to vibrate where you need to go, and that's not being big headed. That's just me knowing that I'm flowing in what we all possess, which is part of spirituality. We are all connected to this. I'm just tapped in. And I realized this, right? All right. So now we're going back because Lori wants me to get to the point of how I freaking know. All right. So I heard a name earlier.
Charlie or Charles. Thank you.
Yeah, I heard Charles. I heard that's what
Thank you
but
to the
I
spirit
heard
of him.
I heard a name earlier. Again, this could lead to nowhere. That's the thing. But who wants to take the chance? Do we have a? We're about to see. So, all right. I heard a name earlier, and I want to say it right now. But I can't say the name because at first, all right. So I asked who's in the area, and they said, oh, it's somebody that owns a lot of property by that name in the area. But I wasn't feeling it's the person. It could be, but I wasn't feeling it the person. And I was like, okay, this is AI. I'm talking AI because it's helping me to connect the dots off of what I'm hearing. And then I'm like, I'm hearing a number. Again, I told you guys, I knew for a fact what lottery number was going to come out in the past, to the point I woke up and I knew it was going to be on my phone, and it was. And I'm like, shoot, I fell asleep without playing that number. Same way, the number came to my head. It was 3 digits, a fourth, no, it was 4 digits. A fifth one was trying to come out, but I was only slightly hearing the fifth one. So I'm like, I think it was another 6, but I wasn't sure. So when the number came out, I told AI, and it was like, oh, okay. It's like, well, you know what? The name that you said that you just heard is a street address in such and such city. And coincidentally, that house is for sale. He was like, but I'm a real estate agent too. I'm a realtor as well. And I'm like, I know people would not be, I would not be having people walking through a house um, where somebody, there's a, somebody, but there's other
Does
ways
it have
around it.
anything possibly to do with hearing the timeline?
What about the timeline?
Did it have anything to do with hearing the timeline, picking up the numbers?
No.
No? Okay.
So this is the thing. I heard 4 numbers.
Like 950.
No, it didn't have anything to do with that. I just heard 4
No.
numbers. And then the
Okay.
5th one was trying to come through. I didn't know what it was. So, but AI already knew it was helping me internet sleuth. Press the light. So, this is the thing. And I hope if Nancy Guthrie's family, it's all y'all gotta do is reach out to me. I'll tell y'all the location right now. But anyway, and if you want to know who to trust, again, Accuracy Playlist will tell you all you need to know about me. But all right, so I heard these numbers, and then with the name I just heard, it could just be a coincidence, guys. But AI was like, the first 4 numbers is the first 4 numbers to the area code and the first digit of the number that has the listing to the property of the name that I just said. So I'm thinking that it's still worth a try, and then I heard something else. The other thing I heard after was oak. I was like, what's oak? I said, why am I hearing oak all of a sudden? So it's like, well, there's a lot of oaks, I guess, around her house, and also something else about the police having to go through oaks, or they might have found the gloves near oaks or something like that. But I'm like, but it also said that the house next door to the I gotta make sure, guys, because I'm bad. I'll slip up and say the name of the street, the address, and everything. I have to be like,
Everything
cut
there
the
pokes
line.
and bites.
Cut the line.
I don't think there's an oak tree there.
Mhm.
Everything
this
is
is the
cactus and pokey plants
You're right.
and scorpions and things that bite.
But that might not be why I heard it. Press the like, guys. Thank you so much for being here. So across the street from the house that I'm believe she's at, there's a listing that has the word oak in it by a company named Oak. Look, it's 2 doors down. It's 2 doors. Again, this could all be a coincidence. I'm not gonna after it's not like, oh, she was wrong. Listen, I was right about a heck of a lot of stuff. So because I was, then it's worth looking into. I mean, I would. It's a hint, it's a clue. Naomi Arion, I said she will be found 2 to 3 days after my live. Barbara came to my post and said, girl, how dare you? You're giving the family false hope. If I want to give the family false hope, if I want to pretend I'm a psychic and I'm not, if I want to pretend I'm a good tarot reader and I'm not, I'm going to say, look, they're going to find her in 9 months because y'all going to forget, because I'm going to make sure y'all forget that I even said that. Although people come back to me a year later and say that I'm right. Person came back to me a year and a half later and said that I was right. She said, even though I don't do health readings, she said that I said her son had inflammation and that's what was making him sick. She said she finally did the work, the whatever they needed to do for that, and found out he was riddled with inflammation. All right. And somebody else with cancer, she told me that my reading on her cancer, which I really do health read, so I don't know how they got those in. But she said I was right. I don't remember what I was right about, but she came back a year later, said I was right about her health. She was in a good mood, so hopefully she was healing. But yeah, so in this case, that's some of the stuff I saw and heard. I heard the name, but the name also is a person's name. But like I say, I could get names, and it could be a street, it could be a park, it could be I'll tell you, you go and sleuth and figure it out, put 2 and 2 together, You were right on a reading you gave me live over a year ago. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your feedback. I don't know how you guys remember this stuff. Like, I probably wouldn't remember when I get reads, but I appreciate you guys getting the readings and, coming back to me time and time again. Shoot, well, not time and time again. I'm not even on live really like that for come back, but for when you do, I appreciate it. Love you guys for that. Okay.
Yeah, I've tried to help out with some of the readings, the love readings.
Yes.
And
That was fine in the end where you
like,
started, like I said, I
get
haven't
this
been on in a while, but
feeling
you started
like
pulling cards for people.
you have to go out and, meet people in order to find someone. You can't just, sit around
Right?
thinking, oh, well, something magical's going to happen. Drop in my lap. You have to get
Yeah,
out
like they're
there.
gonna go into your
You have to
house.
go bowling and, just find something where you could be around people.
Right. But let's get back to Nancy Guthrie.
Okay.
So the address, again, this place is about, if I'm right, and I could be wrong, but like I said, I'm right more than wrong. Yeah, I could only remember I did a ton of true crime stories. There's only two that I've so far hasn't come true, and one is, and they're major true crime stories. And I'm like, yo, this person's in the sewer, and they're found in the sewer. The two that I did that didn't come out was one was Summer Wells. I predicted Candace Bly will go to jail. Well, I already saw the abuse that the dad did. That one was strong. I know that was accurate as heck. But unfortunately, he's not paying for it.
Oh my
But
God. There's
yeah, I
this
saw that in detail. But
there's a creature I see around here once in a while, right? And I
mhm.
say I call it the mystical creature because I don't know what it is, and it just walked by.
Oh wow.
I'm like, oh my God, that's so weird. It never never comes out of the woods.
You got a Bigfoot going on over there. Guys, press the
Comes
like
out of
button
the
for the
woods,
Bigfoot.
once every 10 years or something. It comes out when we have earthquakes. A lot of animals come out of the forest when we have the little earthquakes.
Yeah.
We got little ones here, like 2.0.
All right, let's get back to Nancy Guthrie though. So what I heard for her was, okay, so like I said, I heard the name, and that name is somebody that owns a lot of property in the area. But again, I don't feel like it's him. I feel like it's more the area that's 2 hours away, and the street is the name that I heard. And that house has two big sheds in the back. And I feel like if she's there, if she's on this property, which it's a good chance that she is. I mean, it's worth checking into if you're running out of leads. So can you get, because I sent you the pictures. Can you get them up? Because I'm using my phone. The reason there's two of me on here, guys, is because my mic isn't working on my laptop. So I'm using my phone for my audio, right? And it has to have that third screen up so you can hear me. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to hear me. Thank you guys for pressing like. Those who watching on the replay, thank you for pressing like. Thank you for commenting.
Okay, you have to give me a minute here because the computer shut down.
Okay. So we got Pascal, we got Dolly, we got Igmil, and we have JLR. We got TMZ. When y'all reach out, I'll give y'all. But either way, I think I'm gonna go ahead and give the lead to the FBI tonight. Hopefully they follow up. That's the thing. I don't want to give them the lead and they not follow up. I've given FBI's leads before. I've given them a lead about what's his name? Tristan Settles, this 11-year-old kid in Tennessee. Oh my God, his stepmother came on a year after the live. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, Lori.
Okay.
1 second. His Tristan Settles is from Tennessee. I think all the missing kids are all in Tennessee, right? Don't go to Tennessee. You don't have kids in Tennessee because they come up missing. But anyway, he was missing. I called the FBI and I let them know that, hey, I have a higher level of accuracy and I see the boy. like in my mind's eye, and I see him running away. He's packing up a book bag. He's putting stuff in there to hold him over, and snacks and stuff and a little bit of change money. And he's like, "Oh, I'm good," because I think like he had a argument with the parent, and he's feeling like entitled, and he can make it on his own. And I said, I see him coming back. He's already looking that direction, and he'll be back in the next 2-3 days. He's coming. And that's what wound up happening a year and a half after. You can look up Tristan Settles on Google and you see when that happened. And I did a live on it. I called the FBI. And they seem to take me seriously. And then the stepmom, she wound up coming to my comments after. I don't know if she's been back to my live, but I doubt it. But she made sure she left a message. She was like, "That's my stepson." And that's exact. She said that's like eerie accurate or whatever. So, yeah. I hope yeah. So this is what I thank you for chiming in with that, because I want to tell you the feeling that I felt like with Gabby Petito before the autopsy came out 2 weeks before. I did a live. I gotta always do snippets of my lives because my lives be like 3 hours long. Listen, I would not even watch. I don't know how y'all do it because I would not watch an hour live, 2 hour, 3, maybe an hour. Depends. Some people are good, like Pascal. It depends on who it is. But so shoot, darn it, I lost my train of thought. What was I just saying, Lori? Good thing you're here. you thinking about the Bigfoot outside.
You talk the whole time.
Yeah, usually I don't. I don't like to talk this much. I used to.
Yeah.
This is the old me. Oh my God, when am I coming back?
What
the heck? I'm getting it back. You remember on Molly Go Lightly, I did I did like I was on her live one time, 3 to 5 hours. And then what's his name? J Dude, the boring J Dude. Now he goes by Clutching My Pearls or whatever. He wanted me off there. Molly, everybody was vibing with me until him. And then that just, ugh. I don't even want to get into that.
Just didn't click, It happens. Yeah. Even though you have the same goals and the same likes and all of that, but some people.
He was going on after popularity. But yeah, a lot of us were on the same, even JLR. We were like at the same amount of subs back then, but I don't get on. You see, he got on. And I know he's like, what, over 300,000?
He kept going.
He probably 500,000 by now. Look, if I would have kept it up. But no, JLR will go out on the scene and he will cause.
He just hit 500,000. He just did it.
Listen, he was working. He was being a lot dramatic on Summer Wells. I didn't like that. So it's like, it was a love and hate, but I'm glad he's out there doing his thing. He's up to 500,000. So I guess it's working for him. Okay. If you want to go be
dramatic. The Dollar Vision hit like 85,000. He really wants to hit that 100,000.
Thank you so much for getting me back on track. Who's this? Oakland Island Girl? Oakis Island Girl. I think that's what it said. Listen, my other glasses broke today. I gotta get it fixed. These cost like so much money. But anyway. Please press the like button. Thank you for getting me back on track. All right. So regarding
you were talking about Gabby Petito.
Yeah, Gabby Petito. So on my original live for her, that probably was long. I don't know. It probably was like 2 to 3 hours. So I always had to clip it to do the accuracy snippet because I wouldn't want to watch something that long. So I probably had busted down to 20 to 30 minutes after. But so in that, like, if you ever go back and watch it, I will watch the shortened version. Nobody got patience for that long of a live. But in the live before her autopsy, 2 weeks before, I said, she can't breathe. She's saying she can't breathe. I'm hearing Gabby saying she can't breathe. And I was like losing my breath in the live. And then somebody was asking, well, he had a gun. Did he shoot her? I'm like, no, he didn't shoot her. She just can't breathe. This was death by suffocation, strangulation. And so somebody was like, well, there was some other couple in the area that died. Is he the one who killed them too? I'm like, no, this is the only person. This is the only person who was Gabby. Like, this person just I feel like emotional because it's sad on that case because both of them, even the Petitos, as mad as you want to be upset with Brian, which you can be, don't be mad at me for saying this, but like two parents lost a child, you know what I mean? And that's somebody being in emotions and not thinking straight and making the wrong choices. And maybe it has something to do, guys, I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying under what star he was born, under what planet he was born, and just I don't know. But who knows what somebody did in their past life or what they'll do in their future life. But it was just a disaster. Anyway, going back to the story on this, press the button for me. Oh my God, I haven't been this talkative in a long time, Lori. It's been like 5 years. I got shot. I got boring. Like, what was his name again? The J
I don't know
dude
what's going on.
that I had the argument with on Molly Go Lightly. I was like, oh my God, I used to be fun. I got so boring. Like I gotta let me
Mr.
just,
Clark.
I used to talk about him and then I was like, wait, I'm getting boring too. That's my karma for talking about somebody. But
No, you would call him Clinch.
oh God, man, I'm all over the place. Well, I got a lot to say. You don't have to be here. You don't have to be here. This is alive. It's going on. It's an hour. You could go somewhere else. Like I said. Feel free to exit out the door. Anyway, so thank you for being here. You know, it's different for everybody. Somebody's going to appreciate it and somebody's not. If you don't appreciate it, go to the
Someone
ones
will
that you
learn
appreciate.
something and someone just won't like it. That's it, you know.
Guaranteed, another life you go to, the person's going to be all over the place too, because they're going to have different things at different points they want to talk about. I already talked about a lot of this. If you're looking for the location, I already spoke about that. Did you even press like while you're saying I'm all over the place? Did you even press like? I'm all over the place, but guess what? If you came to get information, I'm the one who said Brian Koberger's name before he was even found. Don't you think that's enough knowledge to stay around for? I said his middle name as well. I stated exactly the date that Brian Laundrie would be found, right? On those lives, guess what? I was all over the place. But guess what it led me to? It led me to giving more information. That information didn't just jump out. Like, you want me to just keep shooting it out, vomiting information out? That's not how it works. This is energy. I have energy that I'm giving out. You're not here super chatting. You're not paying for nothing. You're not saying, you know, let me support this. Hey, what's up, Boss Lady? Everybody check out Boss Lady Divine Tarot. She is what's up. Now, you know, you just want me to vomit stuff out. That's not how it works. If I would have did that, I wouldn't have been so accurate in the cases that I have been accurate on. Unfortunately, they were very long lives, but I did do snippets of it. Right. So, and what else did I get right? Sewer with Ariana Taylor. I had just said she's in a sewer. That came right out. But again, so going back on, guys, press the like though. All right. I appreciate you for being here. Also, somebody who came criticizing me. All right. Let me not forget your name, Teresa. Someone who came criticizing me. People will criticize you and come back and like you. The lady that's named Barbara, she came to my live when I did the Naomi Ariana Taylor. I'm thinking about Ariana Taylor, but Naomi Ariana reading. And I said she will be found within 2 to 3 days. And when she came, this lady named Barbara came and said, you have some audacity giving her parents false hope. She was found in 2 days after my reading. And 3 days later, it was announced. So both of those were right. And guess what? The same lady, Barbara, she forgot who I was. She came back to my life 2 years later on a reading that I was pointing on about, and she was just giving me all my props left and right. And she forgot she was the same one that was talking about me on another live, right? But anyway, let's move on. So what I'm getting, thank you guys for pressing the like. That's what's up.
Oh, you know what just read through my mind?
Before I speak on this again, do you have anything to say, Lori?
Yeah. What was the name of the boy in Colorado who went missing?
I don't know anybody in Colorado.
Cameron.
I don't know about that case.
No, you said search again behind the school. And I want to put that out there.
Oh, I said that?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it was a case that I didn't really look into.
Because anytime you say, tell them to search again, they find someone.
His name's not Cameron. Are you talking about Kyron? K-Y,
Oh,
how do you,
Chiron.
Kyron?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's it.
forgot his last
Chiron.
name. I used to love the case. Yeah, his case. But I feel like it's somewhere they already searched. I already told them. I think it's somewhere where Adventures on a Purpose, whatever. Adventures on a Purpose, Adventures. You know that guy who
Yeah,
was
that
the
group. They
lead of it,
found
who was
the
found guilty of child. I don't. Anyway, I had
yeah.
reached out to them and they said they already went there, but they don't do anything where it's suspect anymore. Um with a with a red-headed stepmother.
AWP.
Yeah, yes. With the red-headed stepmother. Yes, I forget her name. But anyway, I feel she's guilty. Her name's Terry, right? I think her name's Terry.
Yeah.
Um yeah. So it's somewhere around where Adventures with a Purpose searched for. That's where he could be found.
Well, what happened was they were pulling a car out of a river, and a little toy those pull wagons. A little red pull wagon came out with the car.
Hmm.
And I was like, oh my God, there's a missing boy in that area. I wonder if he's in there.
Right.
But they had searched that whole area. They were actually searching for someone else. And they said they didn't see a child, but who knows at that point.
Right. I think it's crazy. They didn't even have video at the school at that time. Thank you
Mhm.
so much. Thank you so much for your love, showing
Yeah,
love,
but
Boss Lady
at
Tarot.
one
Make sure y'all
point,
check her out. Huh?
at one point, you had said tell them to search behind the school again
Right.
because we were talking about there could have been an offender that was like a janitor working there or a cleaning person working there. Remember? And we
No,
thought
it's
that
I believe it's the ladies. I believe it's I mean the lady Terry, the stepmom.
yeah.
All right. But I know you might think it's possible, so she just doesn't want to forget that avenue as well. But yeah. All right. So my
Mhm.
take on that though was that it was the stepmother. I'm trying to see any other cases that we did or you could think of that you asked me about.
Well, it just came up that with the Summer Wells case, Don Wells keeps tearing down the flyers now.
Oh,
I don't
well,
think that's like a big deal. I'm sure he's really sick and tired of all that.
right. Let's thank you so much again, Boss Lady Divine Tarot. All right. So okay,
It's
about her
very
address for
like
those.
if something's not working and it's not working for years, you have to change what you're doing. You
Right.
know, if you're putting up these flyers year after year after year and nothing, absolutely nothing, and you have a bad attitude and you're unapproachable, nobody can talk to you because you fly
Well,
off the
my thing
handle.
is Don Wells
You're not
knows what happened
adding.
to his
You're
daughter.
not going to find out what happened.
All right, let's move back to Nancy Guthrie though for now, okay? So I already said this about
Nancy Guthrie, which one is that? Oh,
uh,
okay. The one we're talking about. Now you got me all mixed up.
so I
Nancy
said this
Guthrie, the 84
about
year old
45.
missing lady.
No, I probably said this like a half an hour ago, whatever, or 40 minutes ago. But to get back into the address, I'm going to give the address. We're going to see. I already said that a couple days ago. I felt something was going to pop off, whether in the news, whether it's just more information, whatever it is. February 13th. Tomorrow's February 13th. We're going to see. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. That's the energy I was picking up on. All right. But what I heard today, again, was a name. Okay. What I heard again was a
Oh,
name that I think it's a Russian name. I should double check. Let me see. Let me see. Hold on. Hmm.
uh, hmm. The last time I answered a phone call, it knocked me down. I might have to take a phone call if it calls back again. So I'll go down, then I'll come back up.
All right. All
But we
right. So
haven't
it's what
shown
I
these
thought it was,
pictures
guys.
yet.
That's fine. So it's what I thought it was. I double checked and it is a Russian name that the street, because either the person, it would be either that name has some type of involvement with either Nancy Guthrie side of the family or the suspect's side of the family or friend or whatever.
I'm hearing that
Shoot.
song, Nikita, I love you so. Nikita,
but
I need you so.
but
As a
but
Russian
I,
song.
give me 1 minute. It's so I think it's all right. Along with the name, I heard numbers, right? It was 4 numbers. And those 4 numbers coincidentally is linked to that name 2 hours away, like a street address. All right. And there's 2 sheds in the back of the house. Go ahead, show the pictures that I sent you.
Oh gosh, here we go. Now I'm trying
Is
not to
it
show
it, guys? I
them.
don't know. All I can say is my accuracy has been point on a lot. It, I'm subject to being wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But this is the back of the house. This is the shed that I was seeing that at that address. All right. So the numbers that I picked up on, coincidentally, the first 3 is the area code, and the next number is the first digit to that house on the same street as the name that I heard. So I feel like it's worth, if nothing else, just doing a welfare check. You know what I mean? Press the like button, guys, because these are literally pictures. If show them the rest when you get a chance.
Okay, I have to space it.
Okay. Miss Dimples has the pictures for you guys. So and also I was picking up wood steps. I heard something about wood steps, and that shed has wood steps. Now that's the back. That's part of the back of the house. I'm not showing the front of the house in the pictures. That'll be given to the FBI or whatever. Look, hopefully people don't come and take my life because I'm giving out too much information. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. Might
Wait a
be
minute.
risking some things. But okay, so I was thinking that if it had a downstairs, a basement, like she was somewhere trapped. Okay, look, there's the wood steps. Can you zoom in? I was hearing something about wood steps, and coincidentally, that shed has wood steps. Now, I was thinking that it was wood steps to a basement, but it's no basement in that house, I don't think. But look, there's the wood steps that I was hearing. So could it be? I don't know. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Still, still, stay with me. Still show me love because I've been right enough for you to keep coming back and seeing, hey, maybe she got the next case right, if not this one.
I don't know why that's happening. Okay.
I
Trying to
wasn't supposed to be on
position it.
video this long. I was supposed to cut off the video.
All right.
That's the area. And again, I heard the word oak, and quote unquote, coincidentally, 2 doors down, there's something significant about the house being labeled as oak.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. So let's see what happens.
Now, this is the other one.
And we're not showing the front of the house. It's just merely showing, I think that's the one with the wood steps, isn't it?
Yeah, this one has wood steps also.
We can't really see it that good.
Really?
Both of them have wood steps.
Yeah.
So we're not showing really the front of the house because it has a, but that's the side. Yeah. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and get the
That's pretty
information out
big
there.
like that.
Again, to date, I got Nancy's
Let me just try
husband
to
who
get it.
passed on. I got his name right,
Try to
and
get
I
it
didn't know his
closer.
name.
Can you see it now closer?
Yeah, I guess if you guys want, you could take a picture and zoom in, and that'll help out. But she could, I mean, if this is accurate, she could be kept there. I felt, this is something big that I wanted to tell you too. I felt as she was leaving that they did not, she was still alive, and that she was tied up, she was bound. And that's what also I said about Gabby. I said Gabby was all tied up and she couldn't breathe. She suffocated. And that's exactly what happened. Now, right there is part of the back porch. That's not the shed. That's part of the back porch.
Okay.
And it's a huge gate area by itself that's, to the right, it's several houses, but this is still out there, almost in nowhere land, where it's perfect to kind of hide somebody. All right. But okay, so like I said, with Nancy, it felt like she was bound and she was trying to fight back. I hear her saying ow, ouch. And
I don't know what that blue thing is in the backyard.
just being heavy, stress wise, obviously. And I just feel her being confined and her giving orders. And I hear tires pulling off. Yeah.
Well, that was the last picture, but I was trying to get this blue thing to show, but like there's something oddly blue in the backyard. Almost looks like a tarp hanging over something.
Oh, I think, is that like I don't remember what it was. If that's a little pool, I don't think so. I don't know what that is. That's
thought
only
it was
part of it.
like a tarp hanging over something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was a little odd.
Mhm. So we're gonna go ahead and see what happens. I'm gonna give this information to somebody, have them check it out, and have the FBI check it out. Hopefully they take it seriously and go from there.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for being here, guys. Thank you for pressing like. Thank you for showing love. See you guys next time. Anything you want to say, Lori?
Well, I feel bad for her children, Savannah, Annie, Cameron, and I feel like that they got the bad end of the stick. Like you said, somebody shook hands with the devil, whether knowingly or unknowingly. Somebody eyed out that family probably maybe even 5 years ago and just kept something in their mind, and eventually they thought, oh wow, here's an opportunity.
Yeah, I feel like you got to be careful who you have in your surroundings and who you bring into your family, because they could really change your life forever, permanently. So this was about shaking hands with the devil. And what else did I see regarding that? Hold on. As far as I heard Tom during my last live on this. And again, I told you I did not know that the son-in-law's name was Tom, but I really have to be careful because, again, somebody could be quick to say, oh, I know you're accurate. You heard Tom. It's so he has to be the one involved. I get it. But at the same time, sometimes I just pick up on people that are close to the person as well. So if she was around him last, is that the son-in-law who it was? I think it was. And that could be why I heard Tom.
I
Possibly.
didn't really understand why it seemed like people were so obsessed over this Tommaso, you know? And, you know, he's a teacher, and it's reported that the school is even rallying for him. And they say he's a great person, he's a good teacher, and that nobody should eye him out as somebody who would ever hurt his mother-in-law. And you know, and poor Annie, she has to suffer through this because of her husband. Um, so even though it might look really grim right now, I mean, I really feel that the truth is going to come out and kind of
Hmm.
smooth over everything. This Tommaso, he was in a band, and apparently the band members he was with were not on the up and up. And one who's being looked into does have a very bad record. You
Hmm.
know, one of those guys, you know, he's always in and out of trouble, can't control himself, whatever. And so if there's anyone to be eyeing, I would more want to eye someone who has a record, you know, a history of this strange behavior, you know, of always getting in trouble. Um, and that's what I wanted to say.
Thank you for saying that. So somebody asked the question. Let me see. So Sunset says the distance is about 2 hour drive from Tucson. Tucson. Guys, how you say it? Lori, how you say it?
Tucson.
Tucson. Yeah, everybody knows Tucson. I mean, I've heard of it, but when I see it written down, it's like different. Um, all right, so I might be able to tell you. Should I say the city? Yeah, I'll tell you guys the city. Should I tell them the city?
It's 2 hours away. Just say northeast, south, or west.
Northeast, south, or west? Okay.
2
Hold on.
hours north.
I think I could say a city, right?
You can, sure.
Do you guys want to know the city that I'm picking up on? I mean, you could go to a city and drive in circles forever, but I could say the city. But again, is she still there, or was she there? I just picked up on the name. Like, are they moving her? That's the question. So give me one moment. All
Well,
right.
yeah, you better not say the city because you don't want them moving her.
Right,
So
right.
don't say the city. Don't go there
But
live.
would they
Yeah.
even see this? They're not going to see this in time. Tell the FBI get they behinds there quickly. Get there early in the morning. Should I say this? Hold on. Give me 1 second. Like we gonna have to just tell the FBI right after this. Hopefully nobody comes for me. Hopefully they're not members of the mob. uh, let me see. I'm trying to
Mom
find the city
spelled
name.
backwards is dumb.
And again, this name is very relevant in the Tucson area. There is a person that owns a lot of property with this name, but that's not what I'm going off of. I'm going off of feeling it's a different location because the numbers that I picked up on are the exact area code and one digit more, like the digit after, whatever you call that, the prefix of the property out there. Shoot, what's the name? I'm seeing the
She
city. I typed
hasn't
in.
told me the address yet, so I don't
Yeah, I
know.
haven't told her. Listen, Lori might tell everybody.
It's going to a me? No, never. It's gonna go directly to hopefully a
Okay, I got
somebody
this.
by
I
the
got this.
house. Somebody by
Let,
Nancy Guthrie's home.
let me see.
and they can report it to the FBI as a
Are
place
y'all
to
ready for
search.
this? I'm about to look, timestamp this for me, Lori. An hour, 14 minutes, 40 seconds. Don't say it just in case. Don't say it just in case. Oh man. All right. Can I say what letter it starts with? Should I say what letter it starts with?
No, don't say anything.
Okay.
Because I fear,
All
I
right.
fear I actually fear your accuracy, you know?
There's a lot of lives I do. Lori and other people will tell you that comes to my lives, my regular lives. And I will tell you that I don't know for sure. I just say the energy is not that strong. It's like there's sometimes it's really strong. Brian Laundrie, he will be found October
You
20,
have never, you've
21st. He will
never
be
said,
found.
come on my live.
Yeah,
I have an address in my head. I'm like, what?
yeah, that's,
You know, am I supposed to faint now or later? No.
listen. But I truly don't know unless it happens.
And
So
I'm
people,
sure that uh, if she is, she's pretty accurate with things, that she will be found in the area or in the town where she gives a location because
yeah,
she's very accurate like that.
yeah, I've given actual locations. I like I said with Brian Laundrie, I said they're gonna find him where they already searched for him. The cops already passed him, and they just had to
Like
wait for the
there's
water to go
something
down.
with her. Like she has this. I swear to God, she has a strong, strong spirit that speaks to her and really gives her answers to things. And
Lori used to tell me, you
it's
remember with
truly
Brian?
amazing. I always call it the spirit. Oh my God, that spirit she has, and hangs out with her and just tells her things. It's
I have
amazing to
other
me.
friends like in New Zealand and Australia that are also as accurate. They'll tell me specifically certain names. They'll tell me about my family members that died. Like they know exactly what they're doing, how they look, all of that. It's just like really crazy. Or they'll say
When I
something my
first
son
heard
just said.
this
Listen,
story,
my
I
friend
thought,
and
oh my God, they took her to Mexico, or she's in a hole. She's in one of those Mexican tunnels under the ground.
my friend who
That's what
lives
my
in
brain thought right away.
my friend who lives in New Zealand, she's like, "Oh, um, you're you need to go to Hawaii." I'm like, "My son just said that yesterday. He said we need to go to Hawaii. What the heck?" And she was able to get one of my son's names, two of them actually. She knew my great grandmother had her toe cut off. She's like, she's here dancing and she's pointing to her foot. I guess her foot was okay. I'm like, oh, she had that toe removed because she had diabetes, gangrene, or whatever. And so I guess she was showing her that she's fine now, you know?
Oh yeah,
So
you bang your toe and oh God.
like she got it back. All right.
Yeah.
So don't mean to be going here and there and guys with it with the live and stuff, but it's been long already and I've given you a lot of the answers. I wanted to say the city name, but Lori and Sunset said I should not. I was gonna give the letter, but that's okay. We're gonna go ahead and give it to the FBI, see what they come up with. Um, if I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Don't say, "Ooh, she was wrong." People, I'm human. But definitely keep coming back. If I don't have it right this time, maybe I'll have it right for the next live.
Everyone is really struggling to solve this case. It's caused an enormous amount of heartache. Savannah works for, what is it, NBC News, one of the big news channels. She
Uh-huh.
works on an early morning show, and her mother's been on the show with her, and she loves and cares about her mother to death. And for someone to do this, I
Yeah,
mean, it's
they're going heavy on the
absolutely
search.
shocking
I got the
to
eight of
me.
wands.
I would be surprised if it was a 100% American person born here. That would surprise me because I don't feel like we have that much evil here
Mm-hmm.
to for someone to harm and take an 84-year-old woman. To me, that's It's unbelievable to me.
Yeah, we do have a evil here. They go shoot up the schools and stuff. What are you talking about? So unfortunately, but it happens. Look, Lori doesn't want to believe it. I keep the news
Yes,
turned
that
off.
does happen. Sometimes the kids really fight and they actually shoot. So that's a terrible, terrible thing.
But we hope she gets found. She looks like a sweet lady. Oh my gosh, she looks unbelievable, unbelievably sweet.
That's
You
why we
know,
have to
like
try to
the.
keep love and peace and kindness in our world. Sometimes we forget, like everything
Mm-hmm.
goes wrong. I had a
Mm-hmm.
lot go wrong between yesterday and today. And yet somehow, I managed to get through it, calm myself, and, what else can I do? Try not to get upset over things that you can't change. When you can't change something, you can't change it.
We're
And
gonna.
getting upset, try not to.
That's
Can't
right.
change the reality of the situations you get thrown into.
Oh, that's
And
true.
sometimes it really feels like you get thrown into stuff and you get that numb feeling through your body. You're like, oh Lord.
Guys, go
And
ahead
if you
and.
know how to pray, it does help. Just
That's
burn a
true.
candle. We always say
Y'all
burn a
press
red
the
or
like
white
for
candle
Lori. Okay, press the like. Show some
and then
love.
try to relax.
We'll see you next time. I'm gonna come back on for a regular live for my regular subs. We'll see you next time.
Peace
Peace.
and love, everyone.